Hey friends, it is Shauna from With Love from Vinyl.etsy.com and LovelyRusticWeddings.com. About 45 minutes ago I videoed and posted on YouTube the first layer of glitter on these tumblers. And now the Mod Podge is dried and we're going to go ahead and do the second layer of glitter. So the first thing that I do is take any harder bristled brush. I cannot find where these ones are anymore. Is this even in the video? Yes, okay. I can't find these ones anymore. So any harder bristle brush will do. You can see those are just short, hard bristles. There's nothing spectacular about it. You don't need this one. Just to brush off any excess glitter. I am very rigorous when I do this because if it comes off now, it wasn't really truly adhered to begin with. So I would rather it come off now as opposed to the in the bristles of my brush while I'm Mod Podging. So that is why I'm not gentle. Now the second layer of Mod Podge, we do exactly like the first. I'm using matte Mod Podge. It's going to take a little bit longer to dry because there's going to be more of it. It's got to get in between all of those granules of glitter. So it's going to take longer to dry, and it's going to take more of it to put on, but I do it the exact same way. Nothing difficult about it at all. I slop it on there because it does take longer to dry. I'm able, if I can find my words, I'm able to smooth it out a little bit better as I go. I don't run the risk of having it dry on me while I'm covering the rest of the cup. So, hopefully we're still on the camera. Yeah, make sure you get the tops and bottoms. So now I'm just going through, making sure it's even, making sure I didn't miss any areas. Then once you get complete coverage, you're ready to glitter. This is the new glitter. It has no name yet. It'll be listed today at With Love from Vinyl.etsy.com. So there will be a name soon enough. All right. So, and I'll edit the video description to include the name once I have it. So I apologize if my voice just got really close to standing with the camera between my arms. So hopefully you guys won't be blocked so badly by my hands. This is all a solid color cup, so I don't have to worry about tilting or ombres or any of the fun things. It's just getting coverage. Okay, and once you get coverage, you're just going to tap off the excess glitter. I'm grabbing my garbage can. Oops, and then I hit you guys. I am sorry. And while that tape, the Mod Podge is still wet, we're going to take off the tape. And that gives you a nice crisp line. Okay, and that's it for this cup. We are ready to move on to the next. Now this one is a 22-ounce fatty. It's wider than the skinnies that I've used in the past. I'm actually making a baseball tumbler with that one, and I just feel like that shape is perfect. Put this away. And the next one we are going to do is Opulent Opal. But we gotta dry brush that still. And this one is a solid color as well. And in that first video I just posted, I showed the difference between the Opulent Opal, which has a rainbow-like reflection MAC. It shows a little bit of all of the colors. And the new white, which has kind of a cooler undertone and a almost a yellow hue on the reflect. Okay, once that's dry brushed, we're ready to move on. And I am not particular with being neat when I'm first getting that on there. I'm just going for coverage. Mod Podge is my favorite way of applying the glitter. I have done epoxy, and I know most people love it because it takes less glitter, and I totally respect that. And everybody's going to have their own ways that works for them, but there's something so relaxing about Mod Podge, like painting it on there, and I like the way that the glitter sits on the Mod Podge. I feel like the epoxy method makes it just sit a little flatter, and I don't love that. But personal preference. So find what you like, try it a few different ways. Some cups you probably do one way, other cups you'll do in others. Do what works for you. Again, since this is a solid one color cup, there is no fancy way to have to apply the glitter. Just get it on there. Okay. Now this one has tape at the top and bottom. You want to take both off. Oh, and the electrical tape that I use, I get off of Amazon because I buy like a whole pack of them. I can, oh, not even on camera. I can link that in the comments too. So that one is Opulent Opal. Now, just to show you guys side by side, this one is that new glitter. If you can see the yellow reflection back, this one is Opulent Opal, which is more of a rainbow reflect. Side by side, you can see a difference. If you were to do a white tumbler for a customer and they didn't see them side by side, they're both white. So either would work. Either would work. Okay, let me check the time real fast while I grab the next cup. All right, the next cup we are doing is the Opulent Opal with, I just went blank on the name, Gilded Grunge. Yes, see, you name them all. This one is a custom mix. And this is my, I don't know if you've seen it. If you follow me on Facebook, I'm on Facebook at Sweet Sites. So whatever it is, facebook.com // I don't know, Sweet Sites. But if you've seen, if you follow me on Sweet Sites, charm. This is a custom mix I did, and a decal goes on it that says, I'm trying to blank now. Oh, raised on sweet tea and Jesus. And that's just like the perfect color for the sweet tea. I had to check the time because my kiddos, my two youngest, are in preschool. So I usually do my videos at night while everyone's in bed. But I figured I had to get these cups done so I can get moving on them. We'll go ahead and do one during the day while they're at school. I'm so looking forward to school being out. I have 5 kids. You may have heard me mention before. All boys. So of course I would get into something that requires lots of glitter all over the house. Actually, I try to contain it to my office, but let's be real. It's all over the house. So 5 boys, and I am so looking forward to school letting out, to have them all home. They fight, don't get me wrong. Oh my goodness, do they bicker. But they have built-in playmates, and they love to be outside and playing sports. And we live on a cul-de-sac where all of the houses around us have children that all play together, and it is one of those, it's like, it reminds you of how you grew up. So I love it. So I cannot wait for the summertime when my boys will be home and outside playing and swimming, and it'll be rambunctious and loud, but so nice. All right, so we start at the bottom with the Gilded Grunge. Oh, let me come over here so that I try to stay out of your guys' way. And we're going to stay flat for that bottom part until we're ready to transition into the ombre. When you're ready to transition, you're just going to tilt the cup up, let it sprinkle down. Now, as I'm sprinkling, I'm actually aiming for here where it's still solid color, so that it kind of naturally falls on its own. And we want the particles of, we want the Mod Podge to show so that the next color will have some Mod Podge mixed in with the Gilded Grunge to mix into. So like if you look here, you can see there's lots of areas where Mod Podge is showing. And that's what you want. That's what's going to create the ombre, because your next color is going to fall in and stick to that Mod Podge. And that next color is, oh, sorry, I didn't tap that off, which would have been fun getting mixed in with my white. So you start tilted. The next color is Opulent Opal. You're going to start tilted, and you're going to be aiming for where the solid color still is, so that the Opulent Opal falls and finds all of the Mod Podge that is exposed and mixes in with the Gilded Grunge, so that you don't have a hard line between the two colors. You create a nice soft transition. Once you get that, and I try not to shake off too much over the plate because I don't want any more of that Gilded Grunge falling in with my white. So once you get that, you'll be able to go flat and just sprinkle on solid. Now, when I do the tap off, I'm going to have the Gilded Grunge hanging over my paper towel and just the white over my plate to keep from too much commingling of the glitters. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to take the tape off. I'm just going to create a nice smooth line. Okay, so there's that one. Put those away. And then move on to the next one, which is Fifth Treasure. opulent opal. So same thing, start by dry brushing. Now with such a dark color for the bottom, I'll dry brush the white separate to start with. Go all the way around and then move into the darker color. Because I don't seal my glitters, so the dry brushing helps keep them from commingling more than you want them to. Okay. Now we are ready to do the next layer. Okay, once you get it all smoothed out, we're ready to move on to the ombre, the glitter. So flat to start. We're going to tilt up when you're ready to transition, aiming for where the solid is and letting the glitter sprinkle down and fall where it will. And then moving on to the white. Okay, now holding the blue over the paper towel, doing a little tap off, take off your tape, and those colors were Tiff's Treasure and Opulent Opal. Oh. All right, and we've got one more. Which is the new white. Whoop, I'm sorry. I'm getting in a hurry because I keep looking at the time and it's making me nervous. So I'm getting the jitters. Don't want to be late for the babies. Alright, so we got to start by dry brushing off the excess glitter. Now if you watched that first video, this is a 3-color ombre. Okay. Yeah, that new white, I absolutely love it with rose gold, regular gold. It is one of those, you've got to see it in person to truly appreciate it, because I think on video, or at least from the photos and videos that I've looked at myself after I posted them, you can't see as much of the shine back with the yellow. I mean, it's subtle, don't get me wrong, it's not a yellow glitter by any means, it's a white glitter, but it complements the golds so well. Okay. So now we're going to start with the red. I think I might take the red up a little bit more. So we're tilting now and letting it fall into where the rose gold is going to start. And I am taking it up a little bit further than I did the first time. Okay, now we're going to start with rose gold glitz. Tilting and aiming where the solid red still is, and sprinkling it down into where the Mod Podge is still exposed. Okay, now when we brush it off, we'll get a lot of that off, so it'll show more of the red through. And then the last color is the new white that I have to get a name for. Still tilting, aiming for the solid color of the rose gold glitz to make sure that we get all of the exposed Mod Podge before we go straight down and sprinkle flat where the solid color is. Okay, holding over the side of the paper towel, give it a little tap off. You guys, I think I got to do that combination with the rose gold glitz. I'm loving that color, that white with the rose gold. Taking off the tape. That's it. All right, friends, I'm gonna go get my babies. Thanks so much for watching. The glitter is at www.withlovefromvinyl.etsy.com. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions, and if you want to follow me on Facebook, you can find me at Sweet Sights. Thanks so much, guys.